Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, I greet you all and I welcome you all to another episode which is titled Propaganda Against the Biafran by Amnesty International. According to the information reaching me here now is that APC government have bought over Amnesty International to be using it as a tool for propaganda against the Biafrans, against their opposition, and against any individual who might rise to challenge them in this their bad governance. And I want us to notice one thing. My brother, my sister, 30th of May is the day to remember our fallen heroes. Governor of Enugu State came out openly to tell the Biafrans that I am a Fulani man. Do not participate, or rather, do not do anything concerning Biafra in Biafra land. The people who fought for his existence. What happens to these people, even if they are Fulanis living in our land? Do they have any right to stop the Biafrans from exercising the people that fought for them, people who died for the existence of the current generation of Biafrans? I don't understand. You know, when I saw the news last night, I was embarrassed. Enugu State Governor come out to warn. We are talking about the one in Tochukwu Ikenga, which is the police spokesperson in Anambra State, that came out to say that nothing like that, everybody should come out and go anywhere. But the same people are celebrating Abiola June 12 of 1993 in Keyesi Day. They are celebrating Navy's Day. They are celebrating heroes. Even very soon now, they are going to put in their constitution to celebrate the day the Boko Haram repented and joined the Nigerian army. Yet, my own people who said that they are Igbos, even if they don't have blood of the Igbos, but for the fact that bearing the Igbo name, came out and said that nothing of such in our land. Exactly what happened last year. They are going to still repeat it this year again, where they pied military men in Abia State to support the government of OT, yet it didn't stop OT from doing what he knows how to do best. Who are the people that are being pied on that day? All of them. There's no any single Hausa man, even if there's any Hausa or any somebody with a Hausa name there, is also a Christian. The 5 military men that have been murdered in Abia State, are all people from the south. Either you're from the southeast or from the south. Also, I think one of them is from Benue. And that Benue side is the side that joins Biafra. Let me also make it clear to each and every one of us here. This year, 30th of May, they are going to kill more Igbo militaries. That is, to put it on the head of Biafrans, IPOB, and then Nnamdi Kanu. Including Simon Ekpa as well. We are ahead of them and we are not going to fall for their tricks. Let's watch out what is going to happen that day. Governor of Enugu is Governor Mba. After your 8 years, what next? Power is transient. Anyway, my people, we have developed we have entered another different level now. So any pictures or videos you are seeing showing on this voice, just take it the way it is. That is just for entertainment. Let me not be putting only photos again. Now we have graduated to be putting videos just to entertain your eyes as you watch and listen to what we are saying. We don't graduate. Now we don't pass level 1. We have entered level 2. And from that level 2, we are going to also submerge to level 3 and so on and so forth. So let us continue. Amnesty International's misplaced blame on IPOB undermines credibility and justice. This one is coming from IPOB Nigeria Limited. System glitch. Why only Southeast IPOB lawyer asked JAMB? That is Ifeanyi Chukwu Ejiofor. He don't come out again. In fact, all this while and I have become vocal. Maybe this man now knows what we don't know. Maybe he have already seen Mazen Nnamdi Kanu coming out. Because since he is ditched from being one of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's legal representative or legal luminary, he go into hiding. Nobody hears him. He don't even ask about the Biafrans. How are they feeling? But of recent now, he have become more open. Is there anything he finally know that we don't know? Anyway, time shall tell. 9 people again have been killed by gunmen when they launched a fresh attack on Plateau. Yet, Nigeria's fighter jets are throwing bombs to kill innocent Biafrans in Biafra land. Then the so-called foreign Fulanis, so according to Governor of Benue State and Governor of Plateau State, there are foreign Fulanis, foreign headers coming to destabilize their country. And this time they brought out the bill at the House of Assembly. They will quench it and sweep it under the carpet that nothing is going to be done. Yet the same people will come out at the National Assembly and say everybody should carry arms. But the most painful part of it, maybe you people have not noticed. They said each time Plateau people have noticed this, Benin people have noticed this. Each time they organize themselves and make sure that they are going to guide their territory from these invaders called Fulanis. You will find out that military will come and begin to search from home to home to disarm them. So this thing happened first, it happened second, it happened third. Until they pick what is really happening. That this time the Fulanis want to attack them, the Nigerian military will first of all come and disarm the locals, collect all their arms. So they now know how to hide their things. So once military come to search their homes, they have already know that there's danger ahead. And they tell me that Fulanis, they have power, they have numbers, they can kill it, they can kill. Match Fulanis face to face, my brother, they will run. If you see how they are running inside desert, when Ibrahim Traore was matching them, they were running helter-skelter. They never stand to shoot their gun. Oh. People who have AK-47, who have chains of bullets in their body, they are running. So it means that these people self can be dealt with it if military allow the locals to use what they have to fight them. So Nigeria government is now terrorist sponsors, and that was why they will first of all run to the any country now and tell you anybody who is attempting for Biafra is a terrorist, because they are terrorist sponsors. Government killed 9 in a fresh attack in Benue. Sorry, in Plateau. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Viewers, I beg, make gonna follow me and laugh. Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't travel to Rome for inauguration of Pope. A Muslim don't travel to Rome for inauguration of Pope. Who invited him? What is he going there to do? The rest of African presidents or African leaders who went there when Pope died, all of them were left stranded. Nobody even know they came. Then this one now that is going there now, be shaking. Let me see how the video will get to where, even if they give him a VVIP or VIP treatment. Ha! Misplaced priority. Ha! Chineke kwenye ojo. Chineke. Tinubu going to Rome for Pope Leo inauguration. The man don't know anything again to do. Just break on a diet finish, no problem. I'm traveling. Recently, unknown government attacked travelers in Owerri, shockingly without verified evidence. Amnesty International hastily attributed the incident to IPOB, a peaceful self-determination movement advocating for the freedom and dignity of over 70 million Biafrans across Nigeria. Please, if you get this message, do me a favor. Like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos. It is important to know that Amnesty International does not maintain a physical office in the Southeast region, nor do its journalists operate consistently or closely with local communities in the area. Any credible investigation into such incidents should involve direct on-ground engagement with eyewitnesses and community leaders. Instead, Amnesty International appears to be relying on reports from legacy Nigerian media outlets, many of which are aligned with political elites and often serve as instruments of state propaganda. some even with documented links to terrorist sympathizers. Rather than highlighting the consistent human rights violations and terrorism acts committed by Nigerian security forces against citizens, including the military and the Department of State Service (DSS), Amnesty International has taken a troubling stance, vilifying the oppressed and indirectly endorsing the actions of the oppressors. This bias not only undermines the group's credibility, but also poses a serious threat to injustice and transparency in Nigeria. Let us pause here. Let me ask Amnesty International, since I have been following them in all their social media handles, I never see where they broadcast or blame the Fulani headers over the killings that is going on, or the Fulani terrorists. I never see they post them. Over 117 dead bodies were recovered in the attack by IPOB and Boko Haram terrorists in Borno, that they have taken over all their barracks there. Amnesty International were nowhere to be found. God have mercy. IPOB has consistently maintained a peaceful stance in her struggle for self-determination. The Eastern Security Network, established by IPOB, is not a militia but a community vigilante group focused on protecting farmlands and rural communities from attacks by Fulani militants. ESN operatives are stationed in forests and bushes, not cities, and are solely concerned with safeguarding Biafran lives and agricultural resources. Therefore, the narrative being pushed by Amnesty International against IPOB and ESN is not only false but dangerously misleading. It is a distortion of the truth, an attempt to vilify those defending their people while ignoring the real threats and injustice festering within the Nigerian state. The attack against travelers along Okigwe Owerri is similar to the event that happened in Obikobia Junction in Aba, where the Nigerian government threw their military staged an attack against their own soldiers, using them as a sacrificial lambs in their desperation to accuse the indigenous people of Biafra as the offenders who deserve to be punished, despite all these staged attacks against a people whose only crime is demand to decide if they are still want to continue to be part of Nigeria or choose to be a sovereign and independent state. IPOB remains innocent of all accusations from the Nigerian biased media, with the false narrative being peddled by Amnesty International. Why Southeast? IPOB lawyer asks JAMB over systematic glitch. Counsel, or rather ex-counsel to indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Ifeanyi Ejiofor, has said the system glitch that affected Southeast and Lagos state candidates who wrote the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board examination raises concern. Nigerian News report that Ejiofor said the system glitch seemed less of a coincidence and more of a deliberate attack to sabotage the people of the Southeast. They want to kill the morale of the students in the Southeast. In a statement on Thursday, IPOB's lawyer stated that JAMB system glitch showed broader institutional decay in the country. While commending JAMB's registrar, Ishak Oloyode, for admitting error in the body's examination process, he called for a total overhaul of the nation's institutions, according to Ifeanyi Ejiofor. It read, while commendable strides have been made under the leadership of JAMB registrar, particularly in promoting transparency and operational reform, the recent controversy surrounding the 2025 UTME results and the acknowledged technical glitches reveal a more disturbing reality, a systematic dysfunction that continue to produce avoidable casualties. Notably, the states most affected by these technical issues were those in the Southeast and Lagos. This pattern raises troubling questions. It seems less of coincidence and more of a deliberate act of regional disenfranchisement, especially when viewed against the backdrop of growing political intolerance and exclusionary tactics. When access to higher education, one of the last hopes for equity, is tampered with, it strikes at the very heart of national cohesion. This is not merely a JAMB issue. It is a national emergency. What we are witnessing is a systematic of a broader institutional decay, one where inefficiency, corruption, and negligence have become normalized across the three arms of government and beyond. The foundations of public service are crumbling under the weight of impunity and weak accountability mechanisms. More troubling is the rising tide of authoritarian tendencies, where proponents of one-party dominance seek to muzzle dissent and synthesize failure with propaganda. But no nation can thrive by silencing truth or stifling reforms' voices. This is a clarion call. The era of superficial fixes must end. Nigeria desperate needs a comprehensive overhaul of its institutions, not just to salvage public trust, but to secure a future worth believing in. 9 people killed as gunmen launch fresh attack in Plateau. At least 9 individuals lost their lives when gunmen attacked the Wereng camp community on Thursday night in the Riyom local government area of Plateau State, injuring an unspecified number of others. Nigeria News learned that the assailants also ignited numerous houses within the community, prompting residents to flee from a location that has endured persistent assault for over a decade. It is noteworthy that the Bokos, Wase, and Barikin Ladi local government areas have recently experienced a wave of attacks by gunmen believed to be affiliated with the Fulani militia, leading to fatalities and the destruction of properties valued in millions of naira. According to Vanguard, a source from the Wereng camp community disclosed that the attackers launched their assault at precisely 9 p.m. on Wednesday, a time when most residents had gone to bed, effectively besieging the areas. They discharged gunfire into the air to announce their presence, inciting panic and causing residents to scatter in various directions. The numerous attackers reportedly moved from house to house, shooting victims and setting their homes ablaze. Although some inhabitants attempted to defend their community, they were ultimately overwhelmed by the attackers' superior firepower. As recounted by the source, the assault reportedly continued for over 2 hours, resulting in the deaths of 9 individuals, primarily children and elderly, while nearly all residents in the area were destroyed. The assailants were said to have also stolen food supplies before escaping. Solomon Wantiri, the national president of the Borom Youth Molders Association, verified the occurrence of the attack. In the meantime, Commander of Operation Safe Haven, Major General Folise Oyinlola, confirmed with local stakeholders to alleviate tensions in the Riyom and Jos South local government areas. Major General Oyinlola engaged with both farmers and herders to devise strategies aimed at addressing the escalating security challenges in the area, voicing concerns regarding ongoing incidents of agricultural damage and cattle theft in parts of the Riyom local government area. He stated that these actions exacerbate conflicts and must be condemned to promote understanding and respect between herders and farmers. The commander underscored the necessity of community-driven conflict resolution strategies, advocating for the active involvement of traditional, religious, and community leaders in facilitating dialogue among conflicting parties, and reiterated that aggression is not a viable solution to any crisis. You see now, they have turned it herders and farmers clash. Useless people. I beg make una help me like, share, comment, and make una keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. I, Okulora, will be here to serve you.